Hello? Hello. Hopefully audio is all good and all. And music isn't too loud and all. But anyways, welcome to the stream. Today I'm planning to do some cleanup for 2 drawings. And this might be, I'm actually not sure if I'm going to be able to finish both of them or finish the cleanup for both of them. Cuz they're kind of difficult. They're too much for me. But anyways, welcome to the stream. Alright guys, hopefully you guys are doing great and all that. I might sound more sleepy than usual, because my room is like completely dark. And I did not get enough sleep. And also, you might hear some drizzle or rain in the background. I think there's a tropical storm going around recently, so. But today will just be chilling today. My OBS is freaking out, by the way. There we go. You play too much Hades for One Piece of Titan's Blood. Nah. I wasn't even doing it for the Titan's Blood. I was needing some darkness and yeah, I guess the Titan's Blood, but I didn't use it. I used it on Curon. after that and collecting, because I was thinking upgrading the shield instead of Kiron. Because apparently I'm getting much more better results with the shield. But that's enough for that. Anyways, we have few sketches to work on today. This one and this one. It's a character sheet, but only 3 shots. But yeah, I did play too much yesterday and stayed up too late. Don't know where to start though. This is semi done. All I need to do is like clean up the sword, some of his uh skulls and all that. This one, this needs a lot. This needs a lot of work. So yeah, this is why I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to finish both of them. But I am just gonna do some cleanup today. Not gonna do. I'm not gonna be able to color an illustration just yet, because I just want to chill. Oh yeah, I haven't warmed up either, so it might take me a while to start. As here's the thing: before getting or starting an illustration, a full-blown illustration, try to do some warm-ups first. Because the results that you'll probably get uh isn't gonna look good. Let me copy paste this. Just in case I want to go back. Kind of like a checkpoint thingy. Oh yeah, it was also really windy early this morning, so it's yeah, the cold season is definitely here. Or am I jinxing? Jinxing. Because usually after a storm or something, temperatures really went up high. Yeah, so after that cold few days, in exchange for really fucking hot days, 40 degrees. Oh yeah, I've also been watching or trying to catch up from Ina's stream. I usually only watch her drawing stream, but recently I haven't been watching that much VTubers lately. No, it's just, no, it's the opposite, really. Surprising. Oh yeah, it's storming out there actually. Yeah, and the wind is like whistling out there. Yeah, it's becoming hot over there. It's getting real colder. It's actually really cold now because there's a tropical storm going on, so that explains why. It's just after the storm, it becomes way too hot. But I'm not too sure right now because November is coming up, and usually it's around this time where it gets somewhat kind of cold. This is so cartoony though. I love it. That's small, that's for sure. Oh yeah, I think it's Fiesta Day today. I don't celebrate that shit. Also, it's raining, so it's even a Fiesta. Is that Goblin Slayer sheet never going to be finished? I mean, it depends. It's either I do it on stream or not on stream. It really depends on my mood. Because there are times I just do not want to talk while I draw. But that is, again, depends on my mood. And my mood is never the same or consistent. Also because I'm just a terrible multitasker. I don't know how other people do it. Reading chatting, while doing something remotely different is way too much for me. God damn. I mean, it's more like a skill issue. I've never really talked it back then, for sure. While drawing. Usually, drawing is like a, how do we describe it? Really private thing to me. You know, kind of like a me time. But then again, it depends on my mood. Either I'm really chatty or just do not want to fucking talk at all. Because there are times where I just have so much shit to talk about and would just not shut up about it. And there are times I'm just like, just dead ass fucking silent. It would be like that. Oh. Oh, okay. Just understand how this shit fucking look. Also, got that Goblin Slayer fan art or character sheet. Gonna take a while to like finish. And the reason why I think of that is because of the rendering part. I wanted I want to take, or I'm planning to take more time to the rendering stage to that illustration, so that's why I'm not sure if I could stream it or not. Armor rendering that hard? Nah, it's just a lot of layers. Just meticulous. I just want to take my time, that's all. That's why I'm kinda cramming it up. And I'm also getting new ideas, if that makes sense. Or having new ideas for a different drawing. So I'm constantly shifting focus to something else. Just do it like that. I'm not I'm not gonna be hard on myself basically. And just do whatever I feel like doing. It's kinda like sketch dump. In case I got nothing else to do, then I just finish that one, basically. Kind of like a drawing bank or something, or an illustration bank, if that makes sense. For example, I'm having like zero ideas coming up to my head. I would rather not think about it. or think of a new idea, create a new illustration, then I just finish that one. How many layers do you have to make per piece? I have no clue. I don't I don't count anymore. Nor keeping track anymore. Back then I tried to limit it, but recently I'm just like, yeah, I do not give a shit about it anymore. If my computer cannot handle it, and that's just it. Pray to God. It's your last resort. Definitely a whole lot more than back then compared to back then. What I'm doing. I'm doing a lot more rendering, so that's why it's taking a lot more layers. I did. I think I have a reference for the sword. God damn. I'm not sure if I'm using layers correctly since I usually make 5 or 8. It's really up to you, bro. I can't tell you what to do or how to manage your layers. It's really up to you, and again, it really depends on our progress process, I guess. God damn, which layer is this? The only reason I used to just manage somewhat or organize my layers somewhat, it's just a thing for yourself. In case you want to go like, oh fuck, go back and know, or to be sure where to go to if you like want to do some edits or whatnot. Basically, do what is gonna make things more convenient for you. This is why instead of like racing to find which fucking artist to give you the most life-changing advice is not a way to go. You can do it, but it's somewhat completely pointless if you don't know what the fuck you actually want for yourself. Or you don't know yourself all too well. And you're just pretty much just conforming to like what others are doing. And that is gonna make you somewhat miserable. Damn, the rain is getting stronger. Good thing I wore something warm today. I don't really own that much warm clothing, you know, for colder seasons and all that. 'Cause the cold season doesn't really last that long here. Much more usually hot. So, I mean, I do have like a few jackets and all that, but at the same time, that feels weird wearing them when you're just out inside. Oh. Love the work you do. It's amazing. Thank you. I think I built up some tolerance now. My hand doesn't hurt anymore after playing for hours. Very nice. Reference for the sword. I don't have a reference. Wait, real quick. You have a dislike button extension. It's satisfying to see the dislikes again on YouTube. I don't really. Yeah, no. I don't use that type of shit. I don't even watch. I do watch YouTube videos on my desktop, laptop, but not too. I really don't care about certain because I'm always using my phone or tablet for the most part. Also, those are like or I really don't. Oh shit. Storm is getting more rowdy out there. Crazy out there. Yeah, the rain is gonna go ham. Yeah, we'll probably it. I think the storm is pretty bad on other locations. That's why we're only in experience lighter version of it, but it's not light. Like fucking wind is like dead ass blowing. Diamond down. Definitely. Another super typhoon. It's just a tropical storm. Kinda, but it's like a weaker version of it. Because I think in America, they call it different, right? You guys call it a hurricane. And we call it typhoon. I forgot the reasoning behind that. Yeah, what? But it's always like this around October. Usually experience a fuck ton of typical stuff. I don't know if you try, but Artemis build is gold. Oh yeah, Artemis build is one of the most OP, or I guess meta, you can pick 8 days the video game. Crit is basically broken in this game. If something crits, it's triple the damage, I think. Not basically better than double, obviously. And pretty much why Artemis is like the most picked boon or god or build to go to. because of the crit. But I'm always going for Athena. My busted ass is not I'm very not good at dodging, so that's why I have to like rely rely on Athena for the most part. Because deflect is also kind of, and deflect basically saves my ass a lot of times. Looking at the reference in a different window. The part. I just wondering how am I going to be able to. Honestly, back then when Hades got like an early release, I literally only liked this because of the art. I still wasn't able to play it back then. Early release, you know, early access, and mainly just got into it because of the art style. Everything is so fucking pretty here. Game. This is what I'm talking about when I'm like, because out of all the AAA games, you know, you see the shit that you hyper realism, and the hyper realism doesn't even get the vibe or nail the vibe. It's not like I don't, or I guess I have this tendency to like dislike realistic rendering or style when it comes to video games because they all tend to look really boring. Especially the ones that barely give a shit about the vibe. Or I guess the visuals. But there are some that also actually make it drop and gorgeous. Just thank God. Arsenal is great. Hermes plus Athena Dash is super fun. Oh yeah. I think I tried like Hermes with like, I think it's the one where you dash and then you're not invincible, but you are kind of immune for slight second there. And honestly, it saved my ass so much. I typically get annoyed on like getting Hermes. I'm just, oh god. I would much prefer to have Ares or Artemis. Basically damage dealing boons. Um, But then if I do get that, oh, that that certain boon, it it saved my ass. But then again, this game is heavily reliant on luck, but it does make a difference for sure. Hermits can give you like 3 more dashes. Oh yeah, that too. I want to save his kick. And I guess that goes for like most cons that offers or something there. Some of what they're offering is really fucking good, and then the rest is kind of meh. I kind of ruined my last run where I was using Chiron, the bow, that has like uh that basically have arrows for your special follows the target, which is very good for boss battles, but clearing dungeons is not very good with it. But then again, it's just probably the bow has some sort of learning curve to it. The spear is probably my least used weapon there. And probably the gun. The gun is just failing to me because of auto aim. I'm still getting cucked by the auto aim. I should really screenshot this instead of fucking switching tab to tab. There we go. Music is too loud. My music too loud? Also, I'm hoping that my internet isn't too shitty because there is a storm. And internet here, even there is just one cloud blocking the sun. It goes. It is so much more better if I use a ruler here, but wait the line. Lines just doesn't look, or the lines just look too uniform. Like for example, line variety, some thick and some thin. That doesn't work when using a ruler. So it's gonna be hell. Probably might not look. I feel like I should be doing all in one. Because it kind of looks different on the illustrated ones. I know this part is supposed to be. This one is done. I'm gonna burn this shot. And they're so. But I'll just draw that on face. Yeesh. All right. And bucket tool sitting. Okay, there we go. Now I just kind of organize my layers. Oh, uh, artwork. Oh my, the shadow. Yanked. Oh, I'm back. To fill in the gaps. Oh, there's so many gaps. Ooh, shit. Yeah. It's pouring out there. I'm making a lot of comments of the wind, but it's shaking my windows, that's why. Actually rattling our windows. And typically storms isn't really this windy. Surprisingly. Guess I'll add more here. Oh my god. Like let's see if this works. Kinda. Kinda. Go for this one first. Use this. This is mainly for the coloring phase, but might as well. Might as well do that. Just need to fill in this edge. Oh, here to fill up. Looking good, thanks. I mean, I could do the base colors, but I think that's much more better for reserve that for a separate stream instead. Oh, that's not filling up. So back is kind of aching. Man, my chair, desk are like an ergonomic nightmare. My desk is kind of like too tall, and then my chair is too high, so my feet are like not really touching the ground. And then its back is way placed at the back, so it's not real. My back isn't really resting on it. And overall, just a nightmare. Okay, let me just see if there's any gaps to fill, anything to erase, and all that. Oop, that's not the right color. Like this one, that one. You know, the parts that aren't filled up, and the parts that are overflowing. This method isn't perfect, but it's gonna make things quick. I have to leave for half a minute, half an hour. Really? Hasn't been a half an hour. God damn. If you fix my pause for a bit. Do you teach art? Kinda? I have classes or courses online that you can buy. Do I teach officially? I don't think so. I don't view myself that way. Feeling like I'm losing or missing a few details in this. Actually, nah. Not that missing. I'm not that missing that much parts. Because the wristbands. I think I'm missing wristbands and that's it. Fill up the insides. So that way it's much easier to select stuff. So to answer your question, it's kind of a yes and no. I mainly just learned how to art mainly because of the internet. Or for the most part, the internet. When starting out, it's just me. Yeah, it's just me observing stuff. Only time I got to like get into tutorials and stuff is when I covered YouTube and Googling and DeviantArt. Do artists still use DeviantArt? I know it's still there, but for the most part, I just feel like it's dead. I guess it's much more closeted because the audience on DeviantArt is just usually just artists. I think there are some writers also there. This part is not really necessary for me to do this. My eyes, at least. Do that. Actually, I'm not sure if I should even erase this part. Looks kind of fine with it. It's none of this is smooth. Holy shit. It's kind of bad. Because I need to do this if it's not looking too smooth. I have to correct it. It's pretty bad. Actually, the filter on. Oh, that's much more better. You probably wouldn't notice the difference, but I do. Basically, it just smoothens out this boulder lines here, but it's not really boulder or much more thicker lines. It's just a base color, much more larger than its actual thing. Damn, it's really pouring out there. Weesh. I've seen your classes. I'll take them in early December. Thanks. Nice. Thanks also. I want to practice more before taking your classes. My class is somewhat specific though. So if you're trying to learn how to draw, I don't think I would recommend my class all too much. It's not advanced or anything, but it's definitely not too easy, I guess, if you're uh really really are just a beginner, like you know, just starting out in drawing. I don't think I would recommend it. Because it kind of needs you to have like at least some knowledge when it comes to drawing. Or at least already have in a certain already are in a certain. It is basic, but not too not too basic to the point that it's gonna teach you everything. Oh well. And I think that's about it. Let me just turn on this. Oh, the rain is so loud. Jesus. But yeah, I think like classes is more focused on posing, I guess. Or basically what my style or what my thing is. You know, I usually draw characters in like crazy ass poses. I think it's more of that. And kind of giving you insights on like how I do stuff like that. Okay, I actually do not know which brush to use in art. Been a while since I draw. I would like to have basics in character design. Hold up. I think my music is too loud. Or is it just me only? Oh yeah, it's only my speaker. I don't know if it's too loud to you guys though. Man, I remember back in senior high school where calligraphy is like the hottest shit, right? And a lot of people, or I guess classmates, initially go to me because I'm like the artsy kind, or the artsy kid. And I'm like, I have zero fucking knowledge when it comes to calligraphy. And apparently that surprises them, or they think like, oh, you just don't want to do it. I'm like, bro, no, I dead as do not know how to fucking do calligraphy. Like, you know, those, especially the cursive ones, where they use like fancy ass brushes and all that. I'm like, bro, my penmanship is already shit, and you expecting me to like have any sort of skills when it comes to calligraphy? It's a bold ass statement. It's kind of like, for example, you're like an illustrator or something. You know, for example, your forte is like designing characters, and then someone comes up to you to do some graphic design. And a graphic designer versus an illustrator or a character designer is way, way fucking different, dude. But yet they assume they that we can do the job. Like, I think I'm right lettering that time, and they're like, "Wow, you you do not know how to do this." I'm like, "No fucking shit, bro. Just because I can draw doesn't mean I can. And I'm fucking god or something." This looks fucking ugly, by the way. But I just need some sort of text right now to like help me out visualize how this would fucking look. And still not sure which brush to use. This is probably a Filipino thing or something that just happens here. Because back then calligraphy was like the hottest shit at school. Like, for some reason everyone is doing it. And doing it and applying it to every subject, to their notes. I guess especially to their notes. It's still ugly as shit though. I'm gonna find a better brush. Anything to write out, basically. That's all I need. Oh yeah, back then I wanted to do like those graffiti letterings or artworks. I still find that shit so fucking cool. But at the same time, I'm like, I have no clue on how people do it. Hopefully the spelling is correct. Holy shit. hell happened? Oh, that's the wrong transform tool. This sag part is fucked up. Way too. Yeah, it's way too low. No, I do not use this color palette. I literally only put this for like for aesthetic purposes. Or to fill up, you know, a white space that is not used. Nope, that's no. Move all this to the folder where we have everything invincible. Move this. Oh, it's not. It's not moving. Yeah, and a tad bit high. Like this. Oh, I think I remember why I put it there. Supposed to put the watermark somewhere around here or here. Anyways. This one version or the cleanup for this illustration is done. Next up is the other one. Illustration. Do that. Hopefully it doesn't crashes. Which is I have zero ideas on the design for this. This is kind of like a personal art, an OC original character. Not really a fan art. Fan art, I could just look up the reference for like the character design and all that. For an OC, it's gonna take me a while. Or I usually just draw the most typical shit. But anyways, let's take a short break, I guess, before I delve into the next one. Gonna quit. Anyways, short break. Short time. And for me to procrastinate. Yeah, there is a typo. Just reading it now. Jesus. Oh man, I have not watched any or read any news about anything. I do see headlines, but you know, I don't really need to take them seriously. Don't take the headlines as a fact because obviously the writer is just trying to get your fucking attention. Also, I guess a weird thing about me or a weird habit or mannerism of mine. If I make a certain progress on an illustration, for example, I finish a sketch or I finish, for example, this one, a line art or cleanup. I don't think this is, I am not counting this as line art. Line art is much more cleaner than this. But basically, I zoom out and just look at it and stare at it for a tad bit while. And kind of contemplating whether or not I enjoy looking at it or if I like the illustration or not. I'm just scrolling through, just browsing and shit. Yeah, I think his other eye is black, right? Yeesh. Yeah, I keep forgetting. This is why you need a reference. At least somewhere. At least somewhere. Alright, is it Halloween? I think tomorrow. Not, not actually. 31 is a holiday. Actual long weekend. I think I much prefer to just nap. Or take a nap. Instead of illustrating. That's a fucking lie though. Because my mood is always shifting. Just saw a bit about the squid and I didn't know they have beaks. Do they? All I know is they do have teeth, that's for sure. Always is in Sunday for us. That's basically a Monday for us, I think. Because I think you guys are behind on the time. But anyways. I wonder if Hades has like an art book. I think they sell their soundtrack, but I'm not sure about their art. If they have like sort of art books and all that stuff. Because that would be nice to have. Because even the environment design here is fucking lit. No, it's surfers. But it's so rainy today. That's why I'm also kind of like in a sleepy, very sleepy mood. Everything's cold. Everything's dark. I have to turn on my lights. I think it's better this way. So in that way, my eyes wouldn't be too exhausted. It's apparently looking at really bright shit can strain my eyes or cause fit my eyes. Anyways, that's enough. I'm rehydrated. I don't have a snack near me, so I think I should also straighten it. Cause man, earlier this morning, I think my feet were going numb. Like I just ate lunch, and suddenly my feet are like, "Yep, we're not working." It goes back to normal after a few, if I move it. It's painful. You know, pins and needles and all that. Not very nice to have. But after trying to move, everything goes back to normal. Still not a very pleasing. Jollibee that you have for lunch. I'm sick of it. You just have gimbap. 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 Is the dragon. Copy paste that in case. Again, it's kind of like a checkpoint thingy. You know, if I just want to go back. Especially if I'm not liking the results all too much on what I've been drawing. I still have no idea why this is the method I use all the time. You know, having the sketch and then erasing it and drawing over it instead of doing or going getting a new layer on top of it, lower the opacity, and then just sketch on it. I mean, I kind of do know the reason for it. I just do not like seeing so much fucking lines. But at the same time, a part of me is just thinking, just like, why? Yo, also gonna have gimbap for lunch. Let's fucking go. Man, I became so weak when it comes to dealing with spiciness. And I honestly feel disappointed with myself. Back then, I can handle spiciness like a fucking champ. But now I'm just like, nah. I mean, I stopped eating spicy foods because of, acid levels and all that shit. It was just too acidic, and too much acidicness kinda gives you heartburn. And that is not a very pleasing experience for me. I remember that time I went to the clinic because of it, because I don't know the reason why I couldn't breathe properly, or I just feel a little tight on the chest area. I wasn't able to go to school at that time also. And we have like an exam, but it's not an exam is like barely important. Not even a major subject. So I went to a clinic, a local clinic, and then the doctor couldn't fucking tell what the fuck was wrong with me. I told her I couldn't breathe properly, or I was kind of like having a hard time breathing. It's not uh it's not extreme like actual hyperventilating and all that. It's just me having like being somewhat uncomfortable and couldn't be breathe properly like usual. So because of that discomfort, I'm just okay, go to the doctor. And the doctor checks up on me, checked my breathing, my pulse, my blood pressure, and all that. She couldn't fucking tell what the fuck is wrong. and I just And then, of course, the most obvious thing that she points out is like, oh, just eat more food because I'm really fucking skinny. So, oh, you must be having problems because of you're somewhat underweight. So, yeah, maybe that's the reason why. I'm like, here's the thing. Every time I go to a clinic, this is always their reason. Like, oh, just eat more food and you feel better. Like, you're underweight. Here's the thing. Gaining weight is just as equal to like losing weight. Both of them are hard. Both of them takes work. And then I remember probably the reason why I'm like, oh, it must be heartburn because I just remembered I ate, I think I gobbled down to really spicy tuna that last night before before I felt I woke up that morning where I was like having difficulty in breathing. But I am so sick and tired of like doctors telling me to like gain weight. I'm like, yes, we get a this dietitian. like it's not that easy. I'm very picky when it comes to food. And once I'm full, I'm full. I'm not gonna eat anything more. And it's really hard for me to eat more. Because once I try to eat more than I usually am used to, I'll just vomit it. I'll just gag like crazy. I won't vomit, but I'll gag like crazy. Like every scoop I put in my mouth, I'm just like gagging. I'm just picky, dude. Oh, I'm just gonna put the scar. I was thinking of adding scars, but I'm gonna need to put that in a separate layer instead. And also the food that I eat isn't really that healthy, I guess. And this is why I'm so confused as a child. Because, as a kid, you watch all of these videos of like, here are the foods or junk foods that makes you overweight, you know. And the food that they list out is like, usually most of them are the food that I eat. And I'm just like, bruh, why the fuck am I underweight? And I guess it's genetics, I guess. My mom was really skinny back then in her youth also, so it's not far-fetched that I kind of got that trait from her. And also from my dad. My dad is also fucking skinny. The only reason why my mom gained weight is because she had kids, and that's it. And apparently, not alcohol, but it's just the kids. It's not. Oh, welcome, welcome to the stream. But yeah, this is me complaining about weight. Even my mom recommended that. Oh, maybe I should drink alcohol. Maybe you'll gain weight. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Because alcohol does have carbs on it. But I don't fucking want a beer belly. I would just look weird. And our family had enough alcohol. And I'm too addicted to Coca-Cola instead. I still don't like. And I don't even like. I. Here's the thing. I just feel like those who enjoy alcohol just fucking gaslights themselves to enjoy alcohol. I do not understand how people like the taste of it. Like, bro, how? They'd be like, oh, yummy, tasty. I'm like, bro, what? How? Just how? You just gaslight yourself to enjoy it? What kind of alcohol are we talking about here? Usually just beer. And I think beer locally here at our place is somewhat different to beer from overseas, especially in America. I don't really enjoy it, but there are some beer or alcohol, I guess, that I find bearable, at least. Or something I can. Yeah, basically something I can drink. But I won't drink it as a way to, like, oh, this is a drink I enjoy. Like, nah. Definitely nah. Especially if we're talking about the flavor, nah. And I'm no alcoholic connoisseur here. I don't really try all too much. I only drink when my friends invite me or something. invite me to. Because I have this one friend who's like much more into it. And definitely knows a lot more than me. My parents, it's weird. My parents isn't too strict about it. Or at least to me. Basically, just don't drink if you're young. Like, if you're still a fucking teenager, yeah, you're not allowed to drink. But once you hit adulthood, nah, they don't care as much. They'll tell you to not overindulge. But really works, does it? I usually just stick to one brand, the brand I enjoy most. I guess that also works because I only like. Basically, my friend introduced soju, and I think that's the only one I get to like. I guess somewhat like compared to other ones. We had this one beer, and I find, oh god, it made me almost vomit and shit. It was just too gnarly for me. And it's a popular beer here too. It's definitely strong, but I think the only reason why it's strong is because in flavor. It's too gnarly for me. The smell and taste, I guess aftertaste that comes with was just too much. Not in- Look up this. I haven't tasted uh I guess the non-foreign alcohol. All I can remember that I drank was Red Horse, that soju, or basically any sort of soju, generic soju brand out there. There's this other one, San Miguel. There we go. The two are local. Soju is from South Korea. Let me try to remember. It's a type of gin, but I forgot the brand. I'm taking my. Oh, but yeah, soju is probably the only one I'll drink. Cause it's weird. It doesn't make you drunk. It just makes you sleepy. If that makes sense. Because drunk is like you going all dizzy. Everything is what you see is all going fuzzy and all that. But the one or the soju that we drank, it just made us sleepy. Didn't really blur the vision. Or who knows? Maybe I'm just gaslighting myself, thinking that is fine. But I never drank at home. I usually only drink if my friends bought it. Because again, I'm more of a soda girl. I'm much more addicted to Coca-Cola. And I guess I'm more into caffeine. Oh shit. I did not expect the storm would be this strong, but apparently it is. I think it's much more worse to other regions. Damn. I should I should read the weather news at least. Especially when going out or I remember I go out like visits a friend. I think it was going for sleepover at that time. And it was just storming out there. And mind you, the vehicle that we're using or the vehicle I'm in is not a car. That's for sure. It's just a tricycle. Like this part, the entrance is open and this is like the chair. And I think the wheel goes here. And that's the tricycle. Or the sidecar, I guess. And then the bike goes here. And I used to love drawing motorcycles back then. Nice drop. And it was my uncle's. And there's like a cover here. If it's raining, my uncle usually put on some like plastic covers on the front and maybe here, a door here. But there was no that time. So I was like wide fucking open. There's a window also on the back. And this side is also open. Side where the driver is at. This side is open. So it's basically kind of wide open. My uncle put a cover here. And there's also a cover here. But between me are both fucking open. So I'm like, just like fucking wet at that time. And it's not even a good kind of wet. That's common over there? Yeah. Cars, cars are too expensive. Cars are too expensive here. But yeah, it's kind of our transportation system is kind of like the same. The same thing over America. Public transportation is kind of trash, so we have to resort to like motorcycles. Motorcycles are actually the most common or the most easiest to get. Cars are like the last are usually rich people or higher middle class. And poverty here are rampant. So we usually just have a motorcycle or a tricycle. And that gas prices are definitely not helping. I think my uncle who, owns a car, I think he stopped using his car for a bit because the gas prices were just too expensive. And not to mention the maintenance car. Basically it's just a lot of work to own a vehicle right now. Especially a car. But it's the only choice that we have. either go get a tricycle, go through places, or walking isn't. I don't think walking is like a huge or a common option here. Maybe in cities or really dense, but only if you're really, really near at like the destination. Because the heat waves here are crazy. But in Japan, people still much prefer to walk. Or at least have walking as their option. But that's pretty understandable. Their public transportations are kind of lit, but at the same time, too dense. Oh, and yeah, we do have buses as a means for like transportation. But we also have jeepneys. It's kind of like a much more cheaper alternative for a bus, but it's definitely much more cheaper. And you can only sit on there because in the bus you can stand, right? But we have jeepney. It's much more cheaper, but not as comfortable as you would get on a bus. Over here, it's mainly normal cars, pickups, and motorcycles. But then there's city motorcycles, which are not recommended for high-speed roads, and stronger motorcycles. I think the most common looking motorcycles, they're not Vespas, but I don't know what to call them. They look like Vespas, but they're not. They usually look like this. But they're not Vespas. I don't know what to call them. But that is much more common here. Motorcycles with, tricycles. That is much more common. Cars cars are probably the next one. Pickups are really popular in the US actually. I mean honestly, if I were to own a car, I would definitely pick up or, choose the pickup also. I think it's just a well-rounded car. But I think I just or I think I just or I should remember that those type of car are I think are kind of big, like, actually big-ish. And they are much more expensive here, that's for sure. Yeah, that looks like the city motorcycles here. Oh yeah, that's much more common. I rarely see you know, that actually screams motorcycle. The big ones, like the big bulky ones. That's somewhat less common because I think their prices are similar to a second-hand car. That's why not a lot of people buys that. And it's only like, I think it's only a bunch of enthusiasts that owns that. It's weird. Like I like seeing designs of motorcycles, not the city motorcycles though, or motorbikes. Like I like seeing them and trying to draw them, especially back then as a kid. But here's the thing. I don't even know how to fucking ride a bicycle. Like I just do not. I wasn't able to learn it. My parents, or at least my dad, tried or made an attempt to teach me how. You know, I used to have like those bicycles. It's even a Lightning McQueen bicycle. Holy shit, I just remembered. I was very into cars back then. Do not judge me. Especially the first Cars movie. And they have training wheels on them. And I think my dad removed them for, for me to actually use it without the training wheels. And I fell down once. I fell down once. And they never let me use the bicycle without training wheels ever again. And I wasn't able to learn the bicycle because of it. Oh, you failed once? How dare you? No more bikes for you. And I was kind of getting old at that time too. Here's the thing, once you get older, the motivation to learn something new kind of depletes by a large margin compared to like when you're a kid. Because when you're a kid, you're uh just going hard and just going through the next big thing, the next new thing as a kid. Much more often compared to like when you get older and shit. And I was like having some sort of I don't want to call it social anxiety. I was just not social. That's it. Because I wasn't anxious. But I guess that's the most cringiest part of my life, I think. Back in elementary school. I was so antisocial for some reason because I thought as a kid being antisocial is cool, which is the most dumbest shit ever. Do not do that. I don't even know what being antisocial really mean at that time. I just do it because, I was a fucking kid. And I would do fucking anything I see in the internet back then. What the fuck? My parents were like, that's life. You get hurt until you learn. Now, I felt that once, got hurt, got injured, and they never let me use the fucking bicycle ever again. Or, I mean, I used the bicycle after that session, but it was with training wheels again. I put back the training wheels. It's just, I never, or my dad never picked it. And I was just lazy, I guess. Like, I just had a little wound or something, and then apparently that's it. And they weren't really teaching me. They were just like, it's kind of like backseating me instead. They're like, oh, just go slower, don't fucking rush it. And honestly, looking back to it, that's probably the reason why I I fell from the bike. It's because once I have like on the pedals and that shit, I'm just like full sprint ahead instead of going slowly balancing and then you can go past. go fast after that. But nah, you know, as a kid, you're stubborn, and for some reason, I just always like going fast as shit. I mean, come on, my bike has like Lightning McQueen. Why would I go slow? I can't believe I was like super into Lightning McQueen at the time. Right, I used to think being emo and antisocial was cool in middle school. Yeah, exactly. As a kid, I thought it was like, oh, is this what considered to look cool? Is this no cool kids at like I'm not like other girls. I'm not like other fucking normies. Hell no. And just had like the most cringiest phase of my fucking life is being an antisocial kid. Now that high school or back when high school hits or I finally reach high school, I just realized, oh wow, this behavior is cringe. Totally not based. So I'm like trying to evolve, I guess, into a much more social person. And boy, oh boy, that changed my life severely. And have some basically me having a little sliver of self-respect is life changing. Oh my god, who would have thought? But yeah, I wasn't able to learn the bicycle. I wasn't able to learn how to ride the or balance it. This is why when bikes or cycling became a trend here because of the pandemic and all that shit and gas prices going crazy. People started get back into cycling and I'm just like, damn. Damn. I cannot relate at all. And I do not go outside here. That ass. I hate our town so much. I do not go outside. And it's weird because if I'm in the different city or you know at a friend's town, I'm much more comfortable going outside there because nobody fucking knows me. And I guess it's alleviates some sort of anxiety or social anxiety I have, I guess. Because nobody fucking knows me. Nobody has any sort of judgment towards me. I mean, they probably do. Gossiping and being nosy here is like the thing here. And I'm much more comfortable going outside to, you know, my home is town. But in here or in our town, I do not want to go outside because they probably don't know me, but other people probably do, or people in probably does. But I'm not really social, I guess, in this town because my parents are here. It's kind of like the Facebook thing, right? You don't use Facebook because your parents are there. So this is why I'm like, I don't interact with people that much here because my parents are here and they are gonna know because they always chat on the. I heard being the party kid was cool, but I hated parties and embraced being a nerd. Man, it's weird for me. A part of me likes partying, and then a part of me is just a fucking nerd sometimes. It's kind of like it's kind of like uh molding yourself to like uh be in the mood or getting into the place, I guess. Like for example, I back around senior high school actually, we had a party. Our whole school had, or our whole senior high school department threw out a party, and then it was fun. It was fun for me. Or basically, I guess I only find it fun because my friends were there. But there weren't any alcohols, like as if, as if the school is gonna allow that shit. And not to mention our school is like Catholic. But you know, it's highly guaranteed someone sneaked alcohol in there because I have this one classmate. She sneaked in alcohol. It looked like juice, but I know for a fact that shit is not juice because I drank it. I drank it and I got drunk in school. Did did anyone notice? Probably not. Was it obvious? Hell yeah. I was like fucking red. Here's the thing. If I get drunk or I drink any sort of alcohol, I immediately turn red. And I think that's an Asian thing. You're not even drunk. You're just turning red. That's it. Because you're heating up and all that. But for the most part, I wouldn't even consider myself as a normie. I'm too weird and awkward again sometimes. But yeah, that's the thing about me. Like my fucking personality is just inconsistent. It's always changing. Sometimes I'm like, uh, I don't know, I'm yassified or something, and I just love interacting with people. And there's a side of me that just does not want to fucking interact with a single person at all. Or a mood where I just fucking hate everyone for some reason. It just do be like that sometimes. Yeah, it's an Asian thing. The one time I got drunk, I was pretty red. Yeah, I get really fucking red. I guess that's a sign of being drunk, but to me, I'm not even drunk yet. But for some reason, I'm just red already. And that's why my friends keep like. Some of my friends doesn't go red when they're drinking. So it's kind of like more of a me thing sometimes. And then they always pick on me. I'm like, or they're like, "Oh, you're getting drunk. Look at you. You're so red." I'm like, "Bro, I only took one fucking sip. Calm the fuck down." And also, I guess a bad drinking habit of mine. Well, habit. But at that time, you know, when my friends sneaked in some alcohol, the forbidden juice at school, I chugged it down, which is a really not a good thing. And it was gin. It was gin mixed in with some um juice, basically. It was pineapple juice. That's why it tasted so fucking weird. But yeah, it was gin mixed in with like I don't know the term for it English, but in Tagalog we call it chambot. Chambot, basically. You know, gin with mixed in with something. That, that's that's what it is in a nutshell. And I chugged that shit down, which is a terrible idea. So, at the first few minutes or first few hours, you're just normal, right? You're just poker face. Oh, it's not hitting you just yet. But then once it hits you, it fucking. You're instantly getting dizzy. You're instantly. All your fucking vision is blurred and shit. I have to. I have to go to the bathroom multiple times. And yeah, good times. Getting drunk at the school. It, you really don't get caught that type of shit on school. Our school is a lot of shit there is like, or a lot of things happen or worse than that. And it's so easy to sneak something in. That's cool. As long as you don't uh make sure a teacher doesn't fucking see it. Oh, anyways, let me take a quick bathroom break for that BRB. Back. I'm a weak ass. The time I got drunk, it was a little bit of alcohol in the drink, and I got wasted. I didn't touch alcohol since it was embarrassing. And it was in a school project, and you see me drunk in a GP. Oh yeah, I think we took exams at that day, and I was fucking blasted. I was able to somewhat sober up because I have to take public transportation, by the way, whilst being drunk. But I do know at that time I absolutely got wasted. But the key is just keep yourself cool. Like find some ice, find some cold ass water, and that's it. Uh, for you to like sober up a bit, you know. Not completely sober, but it does the job at least for me. Cause at least I need some sliver of like sobriety somewhere. Cause I need to take public transportation, or that's probably enough for me to sober up. And it's weird. You're sleepy. The feeling is you're sleepy, but you can't really completely sleep. If that makes sense. Oh, Winter Kim, welcome. Drank once, but I got drunk from one sip, so never, I never did since. Yeah, it do be like that though. And for some reason, people here, or I guess, it was like, it was a friend group of mine that is more leaning into like a bunch of normies. I'm gonna call them normies because I think that makes much more sense. But I'm not gonna use it as a way to insult them. But basically, they're kind of like normies. And I mean, some of them don't drink at all, period. And I think a majority of them, or a majority from our group, drinks a lot. Or is much more used to drinking compared to us. And they just make fun of us for like being drunk and shit. Oh, you're gonna cry, haha, you're drunk. At this point, I'm like, okay, I guess are a bunch of assholes. Fuck, you know. And I think I talked about them in another stream back on. Basically, they made poke fun of me and shit. But hey, at this point, if they're gonna bully me, I'm just gonna bully back. That's not like a toxic friendship. But honestly, I don't care. Maybe it's just a Filipino thing. Man, this might sound bad, and I think it will. Because the first sip I've ever had of alcohol is a beer, and and the first time I had it is when I was a kid. I think I was like around 6 or 7 at that time. Basically, very young. I think my parents or my aunt, basically the adults here, had a friend over, and he's a big old drinker, alright. Like, I mean, a lot of people here. Pretty common to be a fucking alcohol. And there was a drink. No one was there. I think they left somewhere to find something or to check out some. And of course, since no one people were gonna see me, I took a sip. Of course, it tasted terrible. And never got to drink ever again until recently when I hanged out with my friends or my friends introducing it. I live in a country where letting a 3-year-old take a sip of beer is normal. Honestly, that's kind of the same. Especially if you're a dude. People would fucking side eye you for like not being into beer or smoking. Actually, more onto beer. They're gonna be like, hey yo, what the fuck? You're a dude. So you should be enjoying alcohol. What the fuck? It's kind of like a toxic masculinity here. It's probably not the norm for like other people. And definitely something that only occurs here, especially in the province. Because people are it's kind of like living in the dark fucking ages. People still believe in witches and shit. fucked up this leg. Hold up. But yeah. And I still find the type of people who like who that their only hobby or the only thing that they fucking talk about is alcohol. Like, okay, here's the thing. People still use Facebook here, and I have this one guy. I think he was a classmate of mine back then. And then he would just post like anything alcohol related to the point that it's fucking disgusting and shit. Like, you know, a picture of a guy actually vomiting. But hey, this is Facebook. You can literally upload like a guy getting killed in this website. And I think that's the only shit that he knows about. That's the only thing he fucking raves about. And honestly, bro, get some help. But unfortunately, that sort of behavior is like common here. Like the only thing that they can talk and have fun about is alcohol, and that's the only thing that is, I guess, the aspect that is only interesting to them. Honestly, no shame if you're into alcohol, but if you're a fucking alcoholic, then my god, bro. Ever a new hobby. And I think my uncle is like one of my uncles. I have like way too many fucking uncles. I have this one uncle has like who has worked to a different city. I think in the capital city. And then every time he goes home, because he doesn't go to the province all that much, or go at our place all that much. But when he does, he usually goes here when there's some sort of occurrence, like death anniversary of their parents or something. The way he drinks is fucking insane. Like he would drink as if the world is ending or something. Like it's insane. And these are the type of people that you would just see wasted on the street. That's my uncle. I think that there's a time where my aunt is ranting because he slept and I think he grabbed a mop or something. So here's the thing. We live in front of a river, right? Here's the road. Here's some sort of wanky jackass barrier, and down there is a fucking river. And my uncle, I think it was like fucking middle of the night. It was ungodly hours. Grabbed the fucking mop, doing some sort of culty shit outside. Who God knows what the fuck it was doing at that time. And then slept at this street. Or right at that barricade. And it was a time where the river was big. Like it was high up. So one film one mistake, you're going straight to the fucking river. And our river is not clean. That's for damn sure. Don't understand how my dad and uncles drink and never got drunk. I think my dad is the one who. Yeah, he drinks all day, but the only time he gets drunk is like when he's drinking with friends and drinks way too much, basically, or multiple cases of beer. Because there's no soju here. And I think he enjoys beer more when he's here in the Philippines. Kind of like the weed lulls of the internet. Then again, they only take like 3 5 glasses of. They basically face or pace themselves. Pace. They pace themselves. You know, if they drink one shot, they wait. They wait. They wait. They wait, and then take another shot. I think that's pacing is. I'm no I'm no alcoholic connoisseur. They garb themselves in marijuana clothes, marijuana references on their walls, and always mellowed out on pod. Yeah, it's the equivalent of that. But instead of weed, because weed is highly illegal here. Instead of weed, it's a bunch of fucking alcohol. And they think they did something. It's the fact that they did something or they think they're funny as shit because they always think they're funny as fuck, but they're not. That's like the fifth alcohol reference I see from you, bro. And usually they're not really that nice. Let's be honest here. It's a miracle that they're kind people, or they turned out to be kind people. But for the most part, or at least the one I've seen, most of them are just fucking assholes. I guess shallow-minded is the way to describe them. But for the most part, I just do not give a shit, and we just wish to not see any more of their posts because it's fucking cringe. Holy shit! And actually, fucking gross. Like, can you not post a fucking guy vomiting his shit? Oh my god. But yeah, this is why I don't use Facebook. And probably a reason nobody fucking uses it. But people still use it here, bro. This is my number one complaint all the time. Please, for the love of God. I just wish people here would stop using Facebook, but nah, they still use it. And it's our only way of communicating. Okay, I'm kept getting lost in this one. Oh my god, this rain is not stopping. Holy shit. This is an actual level or an actual experience of what a typhoon is like. And I think I should read the news. Like, I'm not expecting a full on storm today. Jesus. Anyways, let me save this so I don't lose progress and cry afterwards. I think that sort of situation only happened to me once, where, it fucking crashed and basically lose most or a vast majority of important process. And all it takes is just one time for me to like completely lose it. I'm like Fuck, bro. I'm turning all the save on. Fuck this. Never again. Speaking of misinformation, do you remember that report that creator Spy X Family hating his character? Turns out it was just clickbait and the journalist intentionally placed it. I'm in an interview taking the hardest characters to draw him. I don't think it was even about hating the characters. I think it was about him, like, basically, here's the thing. He was not expecting Spy X Family to be successful, I guess. And it wasn't his first, project or the project that he wanted to work on, that's for sure. But people apparently took it the wrong way. And they're like, oh, you fucking hated your own fucking creation? Then what's the point of us liking it? Basically kind of like a full blown Twitter moment to sum it all up. And the article is not helping, especially with the headlines and all that shit. And a lot of people, dumb people exist, fortunately. Uh, thought of it as as that way. And I think they started to dislike it after misreading the whole shit. Not knowing the tone of the mangaka, you know, that he was much more joking around, like, oh, this isn't actually what I was intending to do. Kind of like that sort of tone. Not me, people misread it. It's a Twitter and Facebook moment. I mean, classic Twitter, Facebook moment. Oh yeah, am I the only one who thinks that Twitter is slowly becoming Facebook? Kind of like Facebook. Like the vibe that it gives out just feels like Facebook to me. I think that Facebook is much worse, but honestly, Twitter sometimes just breaks that fucking ice sometimes. Or breaks that fucking record sometimes. And Elon owning it or owning Twitter, it's kind of like adding fuel to the fucking fire, bro. It's still surprising to me that his cult is kind of like, I still find his following Elon Musk is kind of culty and all that shit. Back then, when back then, I think around high school when I discovered the guy, I was just, oh, good, a guy pioneering in technology and all that shit in business, basically. Because a lot of motivational shit or motivational videos talks about him a lot. A lot of people basically looks up to him at that time. So yeah, I used to look up to him back then. But after all of the fucking shenanigans and the cringy ass shit, I'm just like, okay, this is low-key turning into a cult. Especially with the tech bros and all that shit. But yeah, misinformation on Facebook is much more fatal here, I guess. Because that ass, it made a president the son of a dictator win the election here. That's how fucking crazy Facebook gets here. And people here just fucking treats Facebook some sort of like fucking it's sort of Bible. Anything that comes out of Facebook, that's why it's so easy to spread. Even if you're just trolling and shit, people will believe that shit. That's the fucking truth. Hey, want to win the elections? Use Facebook, bro. Wait, Facebook did elect a president for you guys? Nah. Basically, the guy is famous. This guy, you know, known for having his daddy issues. Or his family not having the cleanest name at all. And use Facebook to like use misinformation and all that shit. Like, they're not even, I mean, they're somewhat promoting themselves as the good guys, while at the same time they're humanizing, you know, whoever goes against them or other parties involved or previous parties that were involved, and promoting their good side, quote unquote, or what they provided back then, quote unquote. A lot of political shit, basically. And because of that, I think I should also add up TikTok. TikTok is also the reason why he got elected and shit. Or got to win the election. And honestly, all of these are not really surprising to me. Our country has like the lowest reading comprehension ability here. Like always talking shit about my motherland. And honestly, everyone will fucking agree here. Truly, truly a third world country moment. And even if you also the trolls, holy shit. And basically dumbass people having raving about all over Facebook is a lot. Kind of like facing a Karen. Facebook. Or an anti-vax person. Is how I would sum up their behavior. Oh, the rain stopped. Thank God. Finally, some silence. I have mixed feelings about like the vibe of a rainy day. Like, a part of me likes the cold, much more colder, much more fuzzy to sleep in. A part of me is just, holy shit, the rain is so fucking loud. Oh god. I actually, I'm thinking about what to do with the pants and shit. Then I thought of fishnets. Oh, just put a tail there. Ow. Fuck. Wrist. It sounds bad when I say it, right? I crack my wrist. But it's kind of like, it's just similar to like cracking your knuckles. But instead of knuckles, it's my wrist. It's my whole fucking wrist. I don't know if you can hear it. You guys hear that? But I should stop, or else it's gonna fuck up my whole. But I'm always in the back of. But that's good. That's good. I'm taking my time, basically. It's a good thing. This weird chilling. The rain? No, I don't. Nah, I'm talking about me. You guys would probably not hear it, but to me, it's fucking loud as shit. But now it's stopped, so thank God. And the wind, holy shit, you can actually. I mean, you guys won't hear it, but I can definitely hear it. Like, honestly, it's terrifying. But I much prefer a windy day compared to a rainy day. Windy days are underrated. I wish it was much. Not the super typhoon kind of. That shit can rip off your roof. Just the breezy kind. And let's. I should be drawing more dragons, bro. I cannot believe that I don't draw them much more often. Dragons are like the concept that you just cannot go wrong with. Part of me just wants it to leave it like this. That's the thing about sketches. Part of me just do not want to change. Or I just do not want to. Because it already looks fine by me. Or already looks good enough for. This is supposed to be in the effects, by the way. But I feel like I should draw it instead. Or draw it first at least so I have a base sketch. Oh, no, it's happening. Feeling a slight discomfort from my arm. Rack or up your wrist. Definitely. Right. I mean, that is to be expected. cartoonics. Right. Deficiencies. Kind of going really random parts here. Oh god. Hydrate. Do you hear about The Simpsons making a new Death Note parody with it being animated by the same studio that was it the same studio? From what I heard, it was their own studio. But then I got my memory wrong for that. I think I should put a disclaimer that I'm like a fucking dumbass when it comes to reading is not our forte. That's for damn sure. I did see some photos of it, but I didn't see there or a sneak peek of it. I don't watch The Simpsons. I think I watched the movie one movie only of The Simpsons, and I feel like that's enough for me. That's enough for me to know about The Simpsons and shit. Is there a specific title for that movie? All I remember is that they go to Alaska in that movie. They're a part in that movie. I think I watched it as a kid. I'm just like, where the fuck is Alaska? His hand does not look good. That's just me. This is curving it. Exactly. Fucking remember. It'll be like that. Sometimes I just forget how to draw shit. Fine. It happens. My friend said that The Sims was only good in the first 5 seasons. That I probably there was only one Simpsons movie, I think. Really? That's surprising. Oh, that says The Simpsons movie. Great. But yeah, after watching the movie, that's all I need to know about The Sims. I feel like I watched the whole thing. Just one wrong layer. I should wrap this up quickly because my hand is kind of like cramping up a bit. Bent or not bent? That's enough. I think I should stop this because I'm not really making the difference. Thing looks bad, but uh, Let's see. Yeah, I like the sketch because it's exaggerated. This one is not that exact. No, never mind. Hold up. I'm back. Parents was asking what I should. Well, let's just make a cartoon. Okay. Reject realism. Oh, yeah, it's me. Damn, I really can't get this. Oh, I might wrap up this quickly. I need Frickton. This is mostly done. Almost there. Fucking wrong. Never mind. It to me. James, welcome. My arm is. That's music. Rushing a bit because I'm doing the stream. How long has it been? 3.5 hours. Holy shit. Yeah, and I also cannot draw for too long. And it's starting to get stiff. But do it. And you don't warm up. And when you're doing line art. Or that's just. I might scrub the tail. So. Music loud as fuck. Rosie, a random fucking ass character. I made up purely for this purpose. I guess say it. It is good enough. Let me actually zoom out. Build the whole thing up. It's gonna be. So that's. But these are like the consequences of having clean line art. It's to be expected. try and find gaps that are supposed to be here. Oh, this one. Got this part. Smooth touch. It's not completely smoothing things out. Like, for example, this part. And the hair just looks terrible. Yeah, I don't mind it too much. Because that concludes our cleanup. One is a fan art, and I guess a character. The next one is OC. Hold up, I just noticed something and impulsively wanting to put some lines there. And yeah, that's it. Let's save them all up. And yeah, that's all for today. We're not gonna do some coloring today. I feel like that's too much work. So only doing some cleanup. Not really super clean type of clean. I don't like refining the sketches. Is more like another way, much more accurate way to say what we have done today. But yeah. But that's for it to know for now. Diamond base colors? Nah, too much. It's like a separate stage, bro. So yeah, before another stream. I feel like it's already this stream is already too long. Or nah, it's just too late for me. Getting late for me. I don't really draw that much around nighttime. Cause yeah, not used to it. But I have to end it there for now. We'll do some coloring next time, or maybe finish some of this too next time. Next stream. We chill time. Unfortunately, maybe next time when I in the mood to a much more longer like maybe 5 hours streaming. But I started the stream kind of late today, so yeah. But anyways, you guys, so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching, hanging out, and chilling with me. But that's all of it. That's all for it tonight. Yeah, I'm kind of stuttering also. Basically, it's next time for me, so yeah. That's all for it now. Thanks again. Bye bye. Hope you guys have a great day, good night, great eve, and all that good stuff. And again, till next time. Bye bye. Peace out.